And good evening, curling fans from the Utica Curling Channel. I'm Roger Allett here, and we're bringing you Draw 4 of the GNCC U18 Championship. Getting down to crunch time here. And the math is pretty simple. On the men's side, our feature game between Team Barabay and Team Gardner. The winner controls their destiny. Team Gardner wins, they're in. The winner of this event gets a bid to the U18 National Championship. Team Barabay wins. They've got one more game to play in the round robin. They'd have to win tomorrow. But this is a meeting between the last two undefeated teams on the men's side. On the women's side, they're playing a best of 5, two teams, Team Stilp and Team Sheedy. And the simple math there, if Team Stilp wins, they're in. If Team Sheedy, they get to play another day tomorrow morning to try to win the best 3 of 5. 3 games going on out here today. Team Carlson, Team Cooney over on sheet 2. Team Barabay and Gardner, that's our feature game. That's here on sheet 3. And the junior women are playing over on sheet 5, Team Stilp and Team Sheedy. We'll keep you up to date on the scores on those sheets as we go along. Meanwhile, we're underway here. This should be a good one. These two teams have played very well all weekend. And we expect a really good one here tonight. So the basic math is Team Gardner wins, they're in. Team Barabay wins, they have to win tomorrow morning. Team Barabay skipped by Lucas Barabay, third Ryan Trout, second Ryan Best. Liam Guerin is playing lead for Team Barabay tonight. Throwing the yellow rocks, Team Gardner, Silas Gardner at skip, Nathan Gardner at third, Aiden Silva at second, and William Thrasher at lead. By virtue of their draw to the button, Team Barabay playing the red rocks, they'll have the last rock advantage here in the first end. Oh, and that come around freeze just clicks and opens things up. Really nice come around on his first by Liam Guerin. Just a reminder for everyone, these are 8-in games, 30 minutes of thinking time for each team, 1 timeout. Coaches are allowed to interact with the players when their team is not delivering. And yes, the no-tick rule is in effect. Nice draw by Liam Guerin there, kind of Christmas tree that red stone in behind the yellow corner. Now Aiden Silva for Team Gardner. A little freeze and a bounce right in front of shot stones. Team Barabay will have to decide how to deal with a yellow stone. Ryan Bass is looking to freeze on center line, just to the right of the center line on this stone. This one's not going to curl up for him. This is probably not going to be the best. Oh, it just took a, just ticked off the guard, looks like. Almost wound up in the right spot. Probably just clicked off a little too far to the right. Eden Silva looking to tap up this yellow stone. Mission accomplished for Team Gardner. They've tapped up to second rock. A lot of reds in the house, though, so plenty of potential here for Team Barabay. Going to try to chip this yellow off the top of their red stone. And that moved a lot of things around. 3 reds in the rings, 1 lonely yellow. Team Barabay is shot rock in the top 8. Looks like a lot of rocks are going to disappear quickly here this first end. Just missed the double. Their shooter rolls to a good, convenient spot, however. Team Barabay eyeing a run back double to get rid of the 2 yellows. Pretty much on the nose. Should do it. Could also hit it just a shade high. Make the double the other way. Both these teams have excellent sweeping technique. A little unfortunate there. It overcurled a bit, removed one of their own red stones. Redirect on the yellow, jammed in the back, but Team Barabay still shot now in the top 8, but they're fully exposed. Nathan Gardner going to chase shot rock. Right to the nose. Rolled a bit further than they wanted. Team Barabay laying second and third. Team Gardner probably looking to get another one in to remove a red stone here. Don't really have access to second rock. They're going to hit the open rock that's sitting third. Try to roll in and sit two. Skip Silas Gardner with his first. And that rolled too far. The only good thing is it rolled right behind shot stone, but it is available. Not sure if you get to the outside, inside. Could double off the two yellows. I'm not sure you can keep your shooter. Lucas Barabay with his first. Control weight. Now trying to carve it over. And it's going to be just enough. Couldn't keep the shooter, and that was the concern, but they did remove both yellows from play. Now Silas Gardner looking at a short run back to get out of trouble here in the first end. Just need to hit this a sliver low. Made contact, and just enough to get it out of play. So this looks like we're going to enter Blanktown. A lot of rocks disappeared very quickly this end. Well played first end. Looks like Team Barabay is going to earn a blank. Not to mention setting a world record pace for playing this first end. And away it goes. So no score first end. Team Barabay will keep the hammer for the second end. We're scoreless after one. We'll keep you up to date with scores on the other sheets as they come up. Looks like Team Carlson just posted a 3 against Team Cooney in the first end, so they're taking an early 3-point lead. Team Stilp and Sheedy still completing their first end. In our feature game, we're in the second end. Team Barabay retains last rock advantage, playing the red rocks. Little short of a freeze there, but a good spot. A little bit of an unusual call there from Team Bear Bay for the freeze. Usually the traditional calls there would be either corner guard or delayed corner with a hit and roll to the wing. That red rock in the top 12 will create some problems for Team Gardner. Oh, threw this back a little bit. Little unfortunate there. Yeah, that's one you got to miss narrow if you're going to miss. Well, it looked like that rock came off a cliff. Just took a big move. Did snuggle up to the center line. Going to take another run at this slash double. Boy, I think with that weight, they're just floating out there a little bit. Didn't get a good look at the release, but both of those seem to back up a little bit down that line with that weight. Now a bit of bother for Team Bear Bay, looking at 2 yellow rocks in the house. Time to move some yellows here. Ryan Best trying to get rid of some rocks here. This is curling hard early. Probably going to get the red and the yellow. That worked out better than they could have hoped, I think. Now red's hitting 2-3 spread. Yellow's wide open. Yeah, another hit that kind of hung out on that side. Something to keep an eye on. And now a chance for Team Barabay to sit two. Team Barabay didn't get the roll under, but they rolled away a little. Sitting two spread. This one's a little tight. Just a little tight out of hand. Did remove shot stone. Ryan Trout now with a come around. Want to get this at least edge on edge. Don't want to allow Team Gartner a chance to hit and roll under. This one's just not curling up for them. Probably not the best spot. Now Silas Gardner can roll under buried. Ran really straight on. They tried to carve it over at the end. It just wouldn't go. Now Team Barabay needs to roll away. And that one will roll too far. The perfect rolls prove to be elusive this end. Last rock this end for Team Gartner. I think they're going to try to bury one on the 4-foot behind those two guards. Oh, that's got some pace. And this would be an open draw for 2 for Team Barabay. Going to throw the out turn here. They must feel like they know the speed or path better on this side. For an open draw like this, you just want to pick what you know. Oh, it doesn't look heavy. That'll come up short. It's only a score of 1. Opportunity missed there for Team Barabay. They grab one though, and they take the lead 1-0. Team Gardner with the yellow rocks. They will have the last rock advantage in the third end. Probably not surprising there. The both skips actually struggle with draw weight at the end of that end. Been throwing mostly hits, it seems like, for most of the first 2 ends. And off we go to the third end. And a nicely managed shot. 15-1 hog to hog. Our ice makers have worked very hard to make the ice fast, and with adequate curl this weekend, we've had at least around 4 feet of curl and probably 14.5, 14.7 hog to hog for draws to the tee line. Lovely shot there by William Thrasher. Freeze on shot stone. Now Ryan Bess will have to try to duplicate that feat. It's got a little more juice on it. This one needs to curl. Just a little too much weight, probably around back 12. Noodled the yellow stone over a bit. Partly exposed shot stone. Good idea here to call for another freeze tap. Have that shot rock surrounded by yellow stones. Oh, that one cranked hard. Ryan Bess would love to get around this yellow, cut off the draw path and interfere with any possible run back. Looks like a little better weight this time. Might have jumped that too early. This is also going to be heavy. I think they were expecting it to curl based on the expected weight, but the actual weight thrown was a little more than that. Back 8. Now chance for Aiden Silva. And his will over curl again. think they're just looking to throw a guard here. This is going to be hard to throw. Need to throw like a 420 or a 430. Doesn't look too bad. Needs to come to stop. Pretty good. There's a load of clutter up front. Angles aren't great for Team Gardner because that yellow rock got noodled over a little bit. You really can't use it from running anything in from the left side of the sheet. Run back on this corner guard doesn't work too well. Could just as likely chip out your yellow as get rid of shot stone. But I think they need to open up. Weren't quite sure what the best shot call was here. They decided to go with this out-turn draw. And that one over-curled. I wonder if they're getting enough rotation. That just took off on them. That's 3 rocks in a row for Team Gardner that have over-curled. Now Team Barabay is going to take away the in-turn side. I kind of think that out-turn draw is easier, at least to get to the 4-foot. And this is going to over-curl as well. This is a little soft. Yet another guard to the party of guards in front. Now Team Gardner's got to figure out how they're getting in. This out-turn draw, I think, is very hard. It looks easier on our overhead camera than it actually is from behind the hack. I think this out-turn draw is probably the easiest way to get full 4. Not easy either. But it's getting late in the end. Team Barabay shot and sitting 3rd and 4th. Looks like they're going to try to raise a yellow. And trouble thing is, where will it go? And it hit it too thin. Didn't change a lot. Worst part of all that is it spun the yellow they could use underneath. So now Team Barabay does need to guard this in-turn draw. This in-turn draw path is probably the easiest way, if there's an easy way, for Team Gardner to score. Just looking to drop a rock somewhere along that draw path. Team Barabay is throwing a lot more rotation, and they're getting a little less exaggerated curl. But even that curled up pretty good. Probably would have liked to have had that stone about 1.5 stones to the left. Nevertheless, I think Team Gartner has got a tough shot ahead of them here trying to score. They've got a couple rocks here to figure it out. Not the ideal scenario you want to look at when you got the last rock advantage. Just a pile of rocks up front. However, if they can run anything back onto that yellow stone on the top 4, they should be able to score 1. But the question is, how do you do that? Love to make contact with that yellow stone. Somehow, some way. Like they're lining up some sort of crazy triple run here. Looking for the wick whack here. And they got the wick whack. Look at that. Yellowish shot stone. And last stone, third end here for Lucas Barabay. One more stone to come this end. Just looking to draw a piece of the 4 here for shot rock. The sweepers think it's heavy, but they're pretty far out here. I'm not sure about that. Want to sweep the rock and not the watch. They got it by. Now, can they get it deep enough? And they got a piece of the 4. And it is fully buried. Unfortunately, they swept it a little behind tee line. Probably could have stopped top 4. Well, could have probably stopped top tee. Still be a tough shot here for Silas Gartner. You can't see any of it from this right-handed hack. Needs to tap it back about a foot to score 2. Maybe 2. Now trying to carve it over. It might make contact. Nope. Just missed. Just a little too much weight for that shot. Steal of 1 for Team Barabay. Brilliant shot by Lucas Barabay to draw the 4 foot there. And a great effort by Team Gardner to set up that wick-wack double angle raise to get shot stone off the forefoot. But alas, in the end, Team Barabay steals one. They lead 2-0 after 3. Let's update scores around the rink. Team Stope leads Team Sheedy 2-0 after 2. Team Stope wins this game, they're in and win their Junior Women's Championship. We'll keep an eye on that game. Over on sheet 2, Team Carlson leads Team Cooney 4-2. Team Cooney with the last rock in the 4th end. In our feature game, it's 2-0 Team Barabay over Team Gardner. Two pistols from Liam Guerin. Center line guard, top button. And the yellow rock's in an awkward spot. It's not shot. But you don't really want to be tempted to chase it. On to plan B here, they're just looking to tap this yellow one back and roll away. Ooh, that was not ideal. Although they did provide a little more backing for their red stone. And that yellow rock was always going to be tough to get rid of. The risk would be to chipping your own self out if you threw too much weight and a little tight. Team Gardner can lock a freeze on the shot stone. The angles will really favor them. And this looks really good. Now the angles really favor Team Gardner. Team Barabay needs to get another stone on top of that yellow. To work it hard to get this by. Held the line beautifully on that. And that's not a bad spot. Makes the run back difficult. Team Barabay still got some work to do, though. The angles are really bad for them in the 4-foot. Their red stone is the filling in the whoopie pie. Well, I thought for sure they were going to, considering running those two guards. Angles favor them so much in the 4-foot, I think you want to get rid of those guards. Now Team Barabay happy with all those guards. And those centerline guards now are all staggered, so that provides a little comfort for that lonely red stone on the button. Trying to come around the outturn side here. This is not going to make it. This is going to wreck. Yeah, they wouldn't mind having another center guard here. Oh, it didn't even do that. Well, pro side was light. They succeeded in that. And now Team Gardner is going to have to be forced to open up the middle. 3 stones up front. Need to get access to the 4-foot here. Well, got rid of a couple reds, but still left a stagger in the middle. And now they're going to throw another guard. The side they have to be worried about is the right-hand side of the sheet as we're looking at the overhead. That's where the angles favor Team Gardner. Yeah, I would have thought a center guard guarding this double peel would have been helpful to delay the opening in the center. I'm not sure that high corner guard is that dangerous. This is going to jam. Still left a bunch of guards up front. Did spin another yellow into the rings. Now the danger rock is this lone corner guard. This one can be run in into this one, and then the filling of the whoopie pie is squeezed out. You lose the back one too. That would leave Team Gardner sitting 3. What you don't want to do is line these up for them. Leave it high would be great. Cover the high side. You're gold. Not bad. And open things up again. A lot of yellow laying around in the house, so this is getting a little dangerous. I think the good news for Team Barabay is there might be a jam. Whoopie pie might stick there. And they need a guard here for sure. It's a very lonely red on the button. He carved it enough. He took his sweet time curling. Good guard there by Lucas. And now Silas has a selection of somewhat unappetizing runbacks. He's faced with having to run in an opposition stone. Might still be his best option. Run this stone into the yellow. Squirt out the red. Probably lose that one. Hope that one sticks. It could go very badly wrong. If you make contact on the high side of that yellow, you'll probably score at least one. This are probably a little too wide. Yep, and that'll be another steal for Team Barabay. They now lead 3-0. These have been very hard-fought ends. And we've reached the fourth end break. Team Barabay leads 3-0. Team Gardner will have another crack with a hammer after the break. Well, we'll take this chance during the break to introduce our teams. Team Gardner, skipped by Silas Gardner on the Cape Cod Curling Club. Out of Falmouth, Massachusetts, been curling for 10 years. What he likes to do when he's not curling is eat pizza, and I can buy into that. He says hello to James Bailey. Nathan Gardner is the third. Also out of the Cape Cod Curling Club. Curling 9 years. And when he's not curling, he likes to watch LeBron highlights. William Thrasher is the lead for Team Gardner, also out of the Cape Cod Curling Club. 7 years curling, likes to sail. I can buy into that too. And learn languages. Says hello to Doug Jones. And Aiden Silva is the second, also out of the Cape Cod Curling Club. Curled for 7 years. He likes to diagnose and work on vehicles. I could use that. Says hello to James Bailey. And we've already introduced in a previous game Team Barabay. Lucas Barabay is the skip out of Broomstones, 10 years curling. Ryan Trout out of Broomstones also, Natick, Mass, 10 years curling. Ryan Best out of the Triangle Curling Club down in Durham, North Carolina. He's been curling for 7 years. And Liam Guerin's playing lead in this game. Out of Bucks County Curling Club in North Philadelphia area. His hometown is in Morristown, New Jersey. He's been curling for 5 years. Should give a shout out to their fifth, Seth Ford. He curls out of Broomstones. Hometown is Wellesley, Mass. He's been curling for 3 years. Likes to play tennis and hang out with his friends and run. Says hello to his mom, dad, and brothers. Seth played in the, I believe, the previous game, previous draw for Team Barabay. Well, we've got a good one going. No one's getting rich very fast. 3-0, 3 singles scored. 1 force and 2 steals. A lot of rocks in play. A lot of hitting the first couple ends, and both teams kind of lost track of draw weight, but then found it again. At least Team Barabay did there in the third end. Still lots of time to go, 4 ends. Anything can happen. And we look forward to a competitive second half. Let's update some scores around the rink. Looks like Team Carlson took another deuce with last rock advantage in the fourth end. So they now lead 6-2. They lead by 4 at the fourth end break. Team Stilp and Team Sheedy are just winding back up. They've got a close one going. Team Stilp leads 2-1 after 3. No one's hung the fourth end score, but we'll get that to you as soon as the players update the scoreboard. Team Stilp kind of ran away with the first 2 games, but it looks like this game with Team Sheedy is a little bit closer. And they just posted the fourth end score, so let's make that a 4-1 lead for Team Stilp. Just to remind everybody the situation, the junior women are playing a best-of-5 series. Team Stilp leads that series 2-0. If they win this game, they're in. They win the women's side of the championship and can represent the Grand National Curling Club in the National U18 Championship. In our feature game, this is an important one. Gartner wins, they're in. If Team Barabay wins, they guarantee themselves at least a tiebreaker. They win tonight and tomorrow morning, then Team Barabay would be the champion on the junior men's side. 2 teams on our feature sheet are the only 2 undefeated teams remaining on the men's side. Team Barabay will probably have little patience for any rocks in play with a 3-point lead. At least the ones they can see of their opposition. So William Thrasher's first rock that didn't get quite all the way around was summarily removed. This one is still exposed, edge on edge. Yeah, don't mind rolling away here. Either going to chase around that guard or remove it later anyway. I like making sure we get rid of this rock here. Yeah, don't want to lose it. Yeah, nice weight control there. Nice throw by Ryan Best. Looking to throw control weight there. Sweepers held that very nicely. Team Gartner's going to ignore that rock and just try to hook one around on the intern side. Yeah, they get shot rock out of it. Pretty much fully buried. And they overcooked that just a little bit. It is really sliding. Tucked it underneath a little more, but it is available now for a short angle raised run back. Yeah, they weren't able to drag that one. Team Barrow Bay still shot stone buried, though. And it might have overcooked that one a little bit, too. That goes to the back four. Red still shot. Now Ryan Trout with the opportunity to come down on top of this yellow. Even just covering the draw path here would be a good result. Oh, it's got to move. Really nice. Team Barrow Bay sits 2 now. And now Team Gardner's going to bail. They have to open up. You double peel these reds. Just gets one. Couple of options here. Throw a guard, they could hook another stone. Yeah, they're going to elect to throw a guard here. The other option would be to come around again. Maybe bite top 4. Probably right on the center line. Would be a good spot. If you got your skipper throwing guards, things are going pretty good. The guard undercurled a bit, but I think it did the job for what they wanted to do. Now Silas Gardner's got to stick one in here. See if he can get to the inside. Is this going to be the right weight? It might make contact, but it looks heavy. And whistled by everything. Maybe just rubbed the red stone and pushed it over a hair. Now it's in even a better position. Now I think you now I think Team Barrow Bay just wants to cover this draw path. Anywhere on that path would be great. Yeah, you don't want to push a heavy rock. I think it's a little heavy. It's coming over nicely. I think they'll be very happy with this. I think you couldn't have walked it down and placed it much better. Well, if you're in for multiple angle raises, there's this. How's that for improbable? The old red, yellow, red, red double. They also think they can make it by raising this one, trying to squirt this one back. Looks really tough. And I don't think that one's coming back. Steal of 2 for Team Barrow Bay. Since getting forced to that first end, they've kind of poured it on. They now lead 5-0 after 5. Over on sheet 2, Team Carlson has taken a commanding 7-2 lead over Team Cooney after 5. Team Stope and Sheedy on sheet 5 are still in the 5th end. Looks pretty messy. Well, Liam Guerin's having a game right to the pot with his first. Certainly don't need to throw any guards with 5-point lead. Freeze attempt just bounces away. Obviously, these are well-coached teams. I'm a little surprised. Very few of these teams will throw a corner guard in a situation where the first rock comes into the house. I've seen that a couple times. Seen this in a couple other games as well. Another freeze attempt by Team Gardner. William Thrasher trying to lock one on here. Still a little short. I think they'll just try to slash that out. I don't think they'll mind if they lose their one on the back 4 either. Certainly wouldn't cry about losing that one. That will become a liability later in the end. Might have to go the other way. Good plan B. Got to think on your feet as a skip. And as I say, I don't think anyone would worry too much about that rock on the back button going away. That rock's not helping you at this point. This Team Gardner's going to keep trying to freeze to it. And that nestles on the button, but that can go away. I'd love to double those two off. Hit this a sliver high and roll, get rid of that rock in the back 4, be very happy. Gonna have to go hard on this one. That worked out well. The main thing is they got rid of that stupid rock on the back button. Now they're above tee line and on the 12-foot. And they swept that far enough back that I think Team Barabay is sitting 2. Pretty aggressive to guard at this point. That's probably the only way you could give Team Gartner a chance here. That rock on the back 12 is actually a really good rock for Team Gartner. I think having a third rock in is a good idea. Even a freeze wouldn't be out of the question. And that's not bad. That's pretty much where they wanted it. There is a nose double here, though. At least I think there's a nose double. Might jam out here. Get this a couple ways. Seems like you can get it this way. Just got to be careful not to jam it on this rock on the outer 12. They're just going to throw the freeze anyway. This one looks pretty good. And well played. And that's the danger of putting something in front of your shot stone. Ooh, they're not going to like this one. This one's a little hot. Don't know if it's going to come over. They're going to make contact. Is there a crotch double here on the 2 reds? Come right in here. This one goes. Trouble is keeping this one. And that one goes. Or he could just freeze another one. Well, it's getting messy. I think that yellow was just thrown has got to go away. I think it'd be really good hit and roll on top of the other yellow. Hit, flop here. Can't let the yellow stones build up here. Going to come inside out at this. This will give them a little bit livelier flop. Yeah, and that rolls just too far. If you come the other way at that, the flop is really dead. Just a matter of gearing off with the rotation or against. But mission accomplished. They got rid of yellow. Red is sitting 2. Silas Gardner with his first, looking to throw another freeze. Boy, this looks a little tight. And now the yellows are in control of the reds, so this is a dangerous spot now for Team Barrow Bay. Might want to go right in the pocket. And time for a timeout. So the consensus is to throw a guard. Trying to cover a whole bunch of different possibilities. One is this run back of the red. The other one is running this yellow in and doubling off the 2 reds. So I think they're looking at throwing a guard in here. The alternative would be go ahead and freeze in this pocket. I wouldn't even mind if you tap that yellow a little bit to the outside as well. See how they go here. Needs to curl for sure. That's not a bad spot. That covers the dangerous run back of the outside yellow. So they're going to run the red. And that would be for 2 if they manage to double off the 2 reds. Not a gimme there. They could only remove 1 red to depending on how they hit this run back. This is not a gimme by any means. Last rock, 6th end. Silas Gardner looking for a run back for 2. It's like it overcurled already. And it did. That'll be a steal of 2. 7-0 Team Barabay after 6. And they're going to call it. Make it a final. 7-0. Team Barabay piling on the pressure the whole game. And that means we'll have curling tomorrow morning, folks. So Team Barabay can do no worse than a tiebreaker if they win tomorrow morning. They are your junior men GNCC U18 champions for 2025. So we'll have that game for you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Let's just do a live look in at some of our other sheets over on sheet 5. Team Stilp has increased their lead. They now lead 8-1. Team Cooney has grabbed a single. They now trail 7-3 after 6. And it's a final. Over on sheet 5, Team Stilp wins 10-1. They are your 2025 U18 Junior Women's Champions. And that means our remaining game is over on sheet 2. We'll send you over there now. Team Carlson playing the Red Rocks, Team Cooney playing the Yellow Rocks. Team Carlson in the lead by 4 here in the 7th end. And they have last rock. That's all for our coverage tonight. See you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for the game between Team Barabay and Team Carlson. That will be to determine if we have a tiebreaker tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Until then, Roger Roulette for the Utica Curling Channel. Have a nice evening and see you in the morning.